The market absolutely tanked today. But you know what one stock that actually did pretty well compared to everything else is? GameStop. We're gonna be talking about GameStop today, some of the option flow and interesting price action that we've been seeing with GameStop, and of course where I think this company could be headed in the future. Before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys to please hit the like and subscribe button as it helps the channel out immensely. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull. Check out our course program and our channel membership. It's all linked down in the description below. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with GameStop. Let's look at this stock. Let's take a look here just at all the different things that are going on with this stock recently, of course, and maybe we can figure out where this stock might be going in the future. So just to give you guys a base level understanding of GameStop, and you know, for those of you who aren't maybe keeping up with the stock as much as other people are, we're gonna first look at the Google Finance page for GameStop just on the one-day chart. We're gonna dive deeper into the price action in the later part of this video, but as you can see here, GameStop currently trading around $173.59. On the day, it's only down about 1.57%, and in after hours, it's up about 0.70%. So this is the chart overall. We'll go into a deeper analysis here in a second, but this is just what GameStop is currently trading at, and I think that is helpful information just to give you guys a base level understanding of what's going on with the stock. Now, let's take a look here at this article, because we're not going to go into too much depth into this article just because I don't want to bore you guys, and I don't want to waste your guys' time. But let's get right into it. So institutions are buying GameStop, the options trades, and a technical analysis. So what the majority of this article is basically going to be talking about is some of the option flow that we've been seeing with GameStop, some of the institutional buying of GameStop that we've been seeing. They first kind of covered the whole fiasco and craziness that was the Wall Street bets kind of phenomenon that we saw in early January, early February, kind of around that kind of time. If we go a little bit lower here, GameStop chart on March 17th, blah, 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 basically talks about, GameStop going crazy. And here is where some of the technical analysis starts. GameStop stock is trading above both the 8-day exponential moving average, or the EMA line, and the 21-day EMA line. And on Wednesday, the 8-day EMA crossed above the 21-day EMA, both of which are, or could be, bullish indicators. Now, of course, technicals are, unfortunately, for the most part, in my opinion, they kind of can be hit or miss. There are a lot of different patterns that sometimes fail. These stocks do pattern fail some of these, types of events. However, I will say that technicals are, for the most part, a very good or very reasonable way to try and figure out if a stock is oversold, if a stock is worth entering into at the price level that it's currently at. If you're trying to understand it just simply by looking at the chart and not looking at some of these indicators, well, it might be a little bit more difficult. You can also look at, obviously, support levels and a variety of other things. We'll look at those in a second. But the rest of this article kind of goes over that, basically saying there are some bullish indicators, as you can see here, kind of an interesting looking possible, wedge forming here, or a bull flag, whatever you want to call it. And it could break out in either direction, is kind of what this article seems to be pointing out. Here's some of the option flow that we were talking about. So at 11:32 Friday, which is today, a trader executed a call sweep near the ask of 201 GameStop options with a $390 strike price expiring on May 14th. The trade represented a $30,351 bullish bet, for which the trader paid about $1.51 per contract. The rest of these talk about these huge call contract loads that these people are buying into. Some of these retail traders, or whoever it might be, they're buying into these huge GameStop positions with options. So that will definitely be very interesting to see. A lot of this seems to be very bullish with these huge loads of contracts. Now, this could be, just a retail trader who has a lot of money, so obviously that is something to keep in mind. This doesn't necessarily absolutely mean that everything is going to go exactly to plan. These could be people who just really believe in GameStop, and maybe there's not a lot of, necessarily reason behind them. Well, of course there's reason. They think that GameStop's going to go up in the short term, it seems, but just because there are these large option plays, again, does not mean necessarily that the stock is guaranteed to go up, because a lot of people seem to like to play off option flow, which in my opinion is very sketchy, very risky, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So that's just always something to keep in mind. The rest of this article, it pretty much concludes there. Just saying that there's a lot of call option flow right now. You know, there's bullish indicators, so basically saying that short-term GameStop, sorry, might have some potential here. Here we are with the sticks on GameStop. Here we are with the 1-day, 1-minute chart. As you can see here, GameStop starting the day, running up to a high of $183, pushing all the way back down to where it pretty much started the day at about $174 around there, and then continue to try to actually push back and make back some of those losses from the you know, market open rally that we saw, and then continue to sell off towards the later part of the day as most of the market sold off. What's interesting though is that compared to other large competitors in GameStop space and even other, you know, stocks that aren't related to GameStop, GameStop did pretty well today, you know, compared to the overall market. And the overall market was a bloodbath today. It was not pretty for, well, anybody really. And you know, there's a lot of reasons why this happened. It's just unfortunate that, you know, obviously everybody is probably in the red right now if you bought at previous highs. If you know, were, you know, already invested in certain positions, maybe you're still up. And if you are, congratulations, long-term investing for the win. As you can see here, RSI is sitting about around the 50 level, so not oversold, not overbought. As you can see, MACD down here, we have the blue line going over the brown line, and you know, basically just kind of stagnating down here in these kind of price levels. Let's take a look at the larger time frame here on the 180-day. As you can see here, obviously, right, huge run up here back in January, February kind of area with the original hype. All the other hyped up, you know, points since then. Interesting little pattern here that I want to point out that I saw was that every time GameStop gets a large uptick, a huge green candle, you know, whether that's in the intraday trading session or after hours, or whenever it might be, whenever this happens, pretty much consistently, as you can see here, huge green candlesticks all the way up to a super high price level, and then continues to basically sell off for the rest of the month or the rest of the week, however long, you know, it takes. Big green candle here, not as big as the previous. And then as you can see, he sells off more and more and more. Big green candle here, goes above the previous, you know, almost up a little bit higher than here. And then kind of, it looks like, continues to sell off. So these are just interesting, you know, patterns that I kind of make note of when I'm looking at these types of stocks, especially if I'm playing off like really risky options like naked calls or naked puts, you know, for gambling, basically just complete lotto type plays. You know, these are interesting points, I think, that are important to look at. RSI, the 180-day, sitting at about the 50 level, so just in the middle, and obviously the MACD trading very tightly together on this chart. We could zoom in, but you know, I don't think really we're gonna get a lot of value by doing that. So for the most part, GameStop, I think where it is headed, let's talk about it. Let's, you know, how do I explain this? I think that GameStop in the short term is great for volatility. It's great for day and swing traders, maybe more day traders, I would say, just because of the volatility, of course, the constant upward flow and downward flow of price action. As far as whether or not it's going to get down back to these, you know, $36 price levels and stuff, I don't know. GameStop seems to hold pretty well at these support levels, you know, up here at the 170 kind of $100 range. Unless something drastically changes fundamentally, you know, it seems like it's going to keep going, and hopefully it does, and we'll have to see. This is, of course, not financial advice. This is just my own opinion on the stock and where I see it at. I hope that GameStop can hopefully rework its fundamentals and maybe become much more of a relevant company in terms of actually doing good business and hopefully growing more. But unfortunately right now, it just seems more of kind of like a day or swing trade type of opportunity to myself that I would probably take up. I don't think I would hold this long term really at all. And it seems like for the most part, people who are trading GameStop, at least who weren't involved in the original huge rally, probably agree that they don't, or, you know, for those who are still holding this stock, then they probably like it, obviously. But for someone like myself, I just don't really see myself holding GameStop long term. And that's just the case with me. You might be different. I would love to hear your difference of opinion in the comments below. We'd love to read your guys' kind of strategies and what you guys think about the stock and everything in between. It's always very interesting to see what you guys have to say about this kind of stuff. But other than that, that's pretty much it for GME. Hopefully they can continue to grow and maybe push into higher price levels. We will just have to see. There's a lot of short interest still on this stock. So, you know, future short squeezes like we've seen here could be possible. We will just have to wait and see. But pretty much that is it for GameStop. But other than that, that's pretty much mentioned for GameStop. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about this company. If you guys made any money, lost any money, we love to hear what you guys have to say about these types of stocks that we talk about. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell so you never miss new videos like this. We post them every single day. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull. Check out our course program and our channel membership. It's all linked down in the description below. But other than that, guys, that is all we have for you guys today. I'm Kyle of Finance Bro. Take it easy.